Hi guys, and thank you for watching. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how I achieved this super simple glowy makeup that you can do every day. It doesn't take you long. All the products that I've used will be linked down below, but also I'm going to show you step by step exactly what I used for my skin and exactly all the products that I've used to achieve this look. So if you want to see how I achieved it, then carry on watching. So I just tied my hair up for you guys so it's easier for you to see the makeup, and I'm going to go in with my serum. The serum I'm using today is the Origins anti-aging serum, which I've been using for about 6 months at least, and I absolutely love it. I know some people are against the serum because it's anti-aging and you should start anti-aging when you're over 25, but I absolutely love it, and I think the sooner the better. And yeah, I just love it. Now for the eye cream, I'm using Moisture Surge by Clinique, and I'm not too fussy with eye creams. If I can open it, just as long as it's a good brand. Clinique is really good, so I'm just gonna put a tiny amount, kind of massage that in. So for moisturizer, I'm gonna use the La Mer moisturizer, and this is, I think this is a sample size that you get when you buy more products. So I'm just trying this out to see how it is. This is, I think, the normal one, and they have a more of a like jelly form, but I quite like this one. So I've used it a few times, and yeah, it's really good. It's quite expensive for what it is, to be fair. The next step is my setting spray, and of course I'm going to use the Scandinavia. I absolutely love this, and I go on in all my videos about it. This is the oily skin, which has this kind of green graffiti splash on it, and I'm running out of it pretty soon. So I use this, and then I use the finishing spray in the bridal, because I think this is a stronger version maybe, or it keeps your makeup on longer. So these two, I've noticed when I use them, my makeup on stay on so well, and I have super oily skin, and this has helped like nothing else. I've tried Urban Decay, I've tried just everything, and this is by far the best. So if you have oily skin, or they have other ranges that are not for oily skin, you should definitely give this a go. I'm just gonna shake it really well. Now you can buy these from their website, which I did when I first got them, but then you have to pay shipping if you're in the UK. And you can also buy them from Cult Beauty, and you don't have to pay shipping, but they are a little bit more expensive. I think I've paid £45 maybe for a bottle like this. You can buy them smaller, but I mean, I love them so much, I just buy the bigger bottle. And for my lips, I'm gonna use the MAC lip conditioner. I'm just gonna put a tiny amount on because this is really rich. So this is pretty much what I use before I put on my foundation. And then I'm gonna go in with my favorite Estee Lauder Double Wear in 1W1. You already know what it looks like. I've been using this for absolute ages, and I have backup of these because I go through them like crazy. So I always apply a generous amount just because I want that kind of full coverage, but I feel like this is not too full coverage where it looks really cakey on the skin. But I would like to kind of just cover all of this up and just give it a nice even complexion. So guys, I know Double Wear is considered to be more of a fuller coverage foundation, if not super full coverage, but I really love this foundation. I know I can make it dewy, even though the final result would be very similar to a matte. It's got a little bit of a dewiness, if you can see. I'm just gonna bring that all down my neck as well. Now I've tried other foundation as well that are a little bit more dewy, like the NARS Radiant Skin Finish, I believe it's called, but it just doesn't work as well for my skin as this does. If it does work well for you, I would suggest starting with a foundation that's a little bit more dewy, and then it's just easier to kind of achieve that more of a like dewiness look at the end. But if you're like me and you use a more matte foundation, or actually use Double Wear, do not worry, you can make this really nice and dewy. So that's what it looks like with just the foundation on. I don't think I've put too much. I pretty much put a very good one layer on. I've covered everything, and I think the key with this is not to go too heavy, otherwise you can see it kind of just builds on top of this layer on another layer, and it looks too cakey. So that's fine. I'm gonna let that dry, and then in the meantime I'm gonna go in with my concealer. This is the C1 Light, again in double wear, and it's a little bit lighter than my foundation, so I'm just gonna put that under my eyes. So this is what it looks like. I don't like it to be too light under my eyes. I am going to contour this as well, but as I said, this is C1, which I think it's just about a shade lighter than my actual foundation. Again, with this you really have to work really quickly because it dries pretty much instantly. So if I leave it on for too long and then try and blend it, it kind of just takes off a patch of the foundation. It doesn't blend in too nicely, so if you work really quickly with it, it's super good. So I'm gonna set this now with my Laura Mercier translucent powder, and this is the absolute best. I've tried so many, as I always say, and this is just my go-to. However, I'm only gonna set my eyes and under the eye area, and then I'm gonna set my face with something else. So I'm not baking or anything like that. I'm just using a tiny amount. I'm just setting it under my eyes so it doesn't crease. So now I'm going to set my whole face, and for this I'm using the BA Light palette by Becca. This is the colour light to medium, which is perfect for my skin tone. They do another one in medium to dark. This is the kind of overview of it. So you have 2 powders, you have a blusher and a bronzer as well. Personally, the lighter one is great for me. If you're a little bit darker skin tone, then you can go for the darker one, but this is already a bit too much for me. So I'll go in with this powder right here, which is kind of a glowy powder, if you can see. And I'll go in with this all over my face, and I'll apply quite a generous amount. So now I'm going to take this darker colour, which is again for all over the face, and I'm just gonna go in where I normally would go in with my bronzer. Now, if I wanted to intensify that, or if I was a little bit more tanned, I would go in with the actual bronzer colour, which is this one here. So I'm actually gonna go in with the blusher, and I'm gonna use the same brush. So I'm just gonna lightly dust that on, and then just put on the apple of my cheeks. I don't want it to be too much, so this is quite a shimmery blush. If you're into that, this is really pretty, and I've not really seen anything like it. I'll do a swatch of it so you can see. So it is super pretty. So with the same colour that I've contoured my cheeks with, I'm going to take a little bit on a eye brush, and this is just a normal fluffy one. Just dust off the excess, and I'm just going to put it on the crease. Again, I'm going for something really natural, so a little bit would be all I need. So I'm also going to take some on a pointy brush and just put it under my eye. I'm going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury palette, and I'm going to use this shade right here, and I'm going to apply a generous amount all over the face, and that is my key. I'm just going to use a fluffy brush. This is a little bit more pointy, so it allows me to put the highlighter just wherever I need it. Again, I'm going to go in with a generous amount. I'm going to put some on the tip of my nose, and then on my cupid's bone, and also on my chin. And when I'm doing this, I'm not just putting it where your normal highlighter is supposed to be. I'm really working that into the bronzer as well, and just a tiny bit at the top of the eye, but I'm not putting too much, and that's going to give it a nice glowy kind of finish all over. I'm just going to take a flat brush and then just go into that same colour that I've used for my highlighter, tap off the excess, and go all over my lid. Again, this is really going to help with that kind of like glowy look all over, and I also find that if I put it all over my lid, it really does extend my eye. So you can wet the brush as well and then make the pigment stand out a little bit more. However, I like it to be quite subtle and still a natural kind of look, so a tiny bit is all I need. Now for my liner, I don't want anything too heavy, so a classic black liner would not be what I want to go for. So I'm going to go in with a pencil just because it's a little bit more softer. And actually this is a brown pencil by MAC. I believe this is Southern Brown, and I'm just going to hold and just scrub that into my eye, just a tiny amount, and then using an angle brush, which I have somewhere here, but it's a little bit of a mess. Here we go, an angle brush like this. This is one that is a little bit more fluffy. I believe this is the MAC, MAC 266S maybe. It's scrubbed off. I'm just literally just gonna blend that into my eye just so it's a little bit more soft as well. So this is what it looks like. It's not too much, but again, it gives a little bit of definition to my eyes, which I need because I'm not gonna be using any lashes. I'm only gonna use mascara, and this is the Bobbi Brown, I believe it's the No Smudge, no, Smoky Eye Mascara. And I'm just gonna apply a generous, probably 2 coats of mascara, just so my lashes are really standing out. I've got really tiny lashes, so that's why I have to put at least 2 coats for them to really stand out. Okay, so you can already see how much of a difference that's made to my eyes. It really does open them, and I really like it. It doesn't smudge at all, and it's a jet black, which I love. And I haven't forgotten about the brows, and of course I'm gonna go in with my Gimme Brown in shade 3. Yes, I've been using this for absolutely years and I love it. So I'll just apply a tiny amount all over the brush, all over the brow, kind of brush through and against the brow as well. If you have any gaps or you want to give it more of a shape, you can go in with a pencil and then go with this at the top. I really love this just because it's really natural, so easy to do, and all I have to do is just brush it against my brow. I do really like the shape of my brow, so I'm not going to do anything else to it. I also find that I don't need any kind of brow setter, clear gel or anything like that. This sets my brow in place the whole day. So for my waterline, I'm just going to use the Zoeva Nude Liner, and I believe that's the Soft Coal collection. I'm just going to put a tiny amount inside the eyes, and this is again going to make it really stand out. Now for this lip combination, I've used Subculture by MAC, which is the lip pencil that I've put all over my lips, and then I applied a tiny amount of the Melted Matte Lipstick by Too Faced in colour Child Star. And this is pretty much it. I'm going to go in with my setting spray and put quite a few pumps all over. This is it, guys, not too many steps, really simple but really nice glowy look. I'm going to show you up close as well so you can see what it looks like. It can easily just be an everyday kind of look, a very nice summery look, and I think it looks really healthy as well. Thank you for watching, guys. I've really enjoyed making this video. It was super simple. All the products that I've used will be linked down in the description bar below if you want to check them out. Please don't forget to also subscribe to my channel. I make makeup videos like this, more intense videos on makeup as well, and also haul videos all the time. So if you have time, do check them out.